Thank you so much for being here today to talk about the Wainwright Haunted House.
You're welcome. We're glad to be here.
So, is this the first year the haunted house has been able to run since COVID?
Yes. We did it in 2019. That was our last year. And then we looked at it, we thought about it in 2020, but we knew we couldn't do it. And then even last year, like with the whole mask mandates and things like that, they're like, well, everybody will be wearing masks. I'm like, we didn't know what legalities would come into play. Like if the government would say, no, you can't do that, because we use fog machines and laser lights, and there's all kinds of there could be water, any kind of liquid. We didn't want to take any chances. And then this year, everything with the bans and whatever, like mask mandates and all the laws, they were lifted. So we said, let's go for it and we'll see what happens, I guess.
Is there a certain charity that the proceeds go towards in Wainwright?
What we do is we accept donations to the food bank. So if you've got some groceries at home that you don't, that you want to donate, you can do that. And we also do a cash donation. So if you want to donate however much money you want, you can. And the proceeds to that, like the food, all goes to the food bank every year. So we usually bring a couple of truckloads full of groceries to the food bank, which is very much needed at this time of the year. And then our cash, when whatever amount of money we make, we donate it to the Canadian Tire Jumpstart Kids program, which we always try and donate to a charity that stays in Wainwright. And the Jumpstart Kids program is to help kids that can't afford to play sports in our town. It gets them so that they can play sports in our town. And that's, we always make sure it's a local charity, and it's always food bank. And then the cash donation, the last few years it's been for Jumpstart for kids. But there's been other times we've picked other charities that are local. We always keep it in Wainwright.
How long does it take to prepare the haunted house?
That's a tough one, because it depends on what we decide to do, because Mike, who's kind of our leader, he's got all the ideas in his head. I can have ideas, but I'm not as good as putting them forth as he is. He's just got this creative mind that can do whatever, and it just depends on what we want to do and how many volunteers we get. I know quite a few years ago we ran our haunted house in an old hotel that's in Wainwright, the old Wainwright Hotel. And we started building that because we had to build actual rooms, because it's just a big empty building with no electricity. So that we started that at the beginning of August. We started building, and we were still working on it the day we opened. But a building like this, which has got different rooms and whatnot, it's a lot smaller. We started probably just under a month ago. We started building, and he'll still be working on it the day of. He'll be tweaking this and tweaking that, and we'll be, making sure everything runs properly. So it takes anywhere. We start usually in very beginning of September. We try and start, and it takes right up until we start running in October.
What has the community response been like for the haunted house coming back in Wainwright?
We've had a lot of people, people come up to me. I work in retail in town here. So where I work, people know me well enough. They come in and like, are you running the haunted house? We're like, yeah, and whatnot. And we've had a lot of response going, oh, everybody's so excited to see it come back, because it's been so long. And also because we donate to the food bank, the last 2 years, we haven't been able to, because we're a nonprofit organization. So whatever money we make, we don't have any by the time the haunted house is done and we've given our donations. And some of it comes out of our own pockets and whatnot. But the nice thing is the food bank will actually benefit again this year, and we're so happy about that after 2 years. And the town is wonderful to us, and we've got people that come from out of province, like 3-4 hours away. They'll drive to Wainwright to come and see, and even some of them are like, we're driving to Wainwright, let's all go. And they're so excited to see it back.
You have really answered all my questions that I had planned for today. Is there anything that I missed?
People ask, and I get this question every year, like, can I bring my 4-year-old, or can I bring my 2-year-old, or can I bring my 10-year-old? People always ask, what's the age group? What's the age limit of the haunted house? And for me, my answer, and this has been my answer since day one, is it just depends on the child. Like if your 3-year-old can watch like Stephen King's, is it Stephen King's It, or like a scary movie and be like, hee, that's awesome, and not be scared, that's cool. They can come on in. But if your 12-year-old like gets tapped on the shoulder and they literally scream and jump, it's kind of based on that. It's the personality of the person. It's not an age limit, because there's no age limit. We've had people come in with their newborn, like their 2-month-old babies walking through and not bat an eye, but we've had like 16-year-olds that are so terrified that we've had to usher them out when they're like, oh, we're so brave, and no, they're not. So it depends on the personality, whether you can handle us or not.
Thank you so much again for talking with me today. Your haunted house sure sounds like a spectacular fun time.
Thank you for having us.